Hello and welcome to Missle Ford Falcon 351 Crusty Wagon project, episode 56. So, last episode I was planning to do the string line. I'd filmed a bunch of stuff to get the string line done, but the string line never happened. And so today's the day I do the string line, and we'll morph back to a bunch of footage that I filmed at the end of the last video but didn't include because I didn't get the string line done. So we'll just jump back to that now in a kind of Pulp Fiction nonsensical timeline fashion. It'll all make sense eventually, 10 years time when you've thought about it and come to the conclusion that that was acceptable. So without further ado, we'll just jump back in time to yesterday and I'll start crapping on about what it is I'm doing. Wife's just gesticulated, do I want a coffee or a beer? It's probably coffee. So let's commence with the walk around before I put the car back in the garage and do one more thing. There's one more thing I need to do before I wrap this video up. Seat belts are in. Everything's working that needs to work. One tiny split in the seat in the back, but I'm sure that'll be okay with something thrown over it. Tailgate is painted and the window glasses are tinted. Everything rolls up, everything does what it's supposed to do. Another look in the driver and on the passenger side, looking good. Door shutting. And one more door to slam, hopefully it works. Damn it! Chassis flex. There we go, got it. Is that coolant I see dripping out of it? Let's check underneath. That's petrol. Bloody hell. Power steering leak? Nope. Well, that's all good. So I've got a wee petrol leak, but there's nothing else leaking out onto the ground today, which is probably the best effort so far. Hopefully it's just a hose clamp I need to tighten up. But for the time being, I'll get the car back inside and I will do a string line wheel alignment. Saw it on a video on Boxing Day. I binge watched the guy's whole series. In episode 6 of his Tirana Resurrection, I watched him do a string line wheel alignment because the wheel alignment shop said they didn't have any data for the LC Tirana, which I thought was odd. But anyway, he did string line wheel alignment and I thought I can try that myself. So that's what I'm going to do next. But time to drive the car back into the shed. Right, enough of that. Skids! I haven't turned my lights on. Whoops. Alright, the plan is to stringline the car now that it's gone out of the garage, off the axle stands, onto the driveway, only get a little bit of petrol, and then back into the garage and back out and back into the garage and back out again. Hopefully the suspension has settled, and I'll do the string line, and it appears to have quite a bit of toe in right now, which is exactly what it's told me when it was up on the axle stands. So what I think I'm going to do after I have dinner is adjust the toe until I get a little bit of toe out, and then I'm going to toe it in by a rough guesstimate and then call that a day. And that will wrap this extremely short video up. Alright, what I think I'm going to do is roll some steering on until I can get the string line to lift off the back of the right tyre, and that will suggest to me that the right side is pretty much straight. And I'll come and look at the left side and see how wonky it is. So let's crack on to that. Obviously it's dark outside, so that means it's after dinner. So just going to put the key in the ignition, apply a little bit of non-power assisted lock, see when the, there we go, it just comes off there. So that's that wheel straight. Let's see how wonky the other side is. If you look down like that, you can tell that's a lot of toe. So theoretically, if I go under the car and undo the tie rod ends, I should be able to adjust that out until it's straight. And what I want to see is the string line just lifting off the back of the tyre here, while the other one stays exactly where it is, and that should give me either zero toe or a little bit of toe. Not sure whether it's going to be in or out toe, but as per usual, something I've never done before, so I'm going to have a red hot go at it and then see how it all pans out. Obviously the car's going to get driven on the road at some point, and I don't want it to crab or wander or be terrible. So I remember correctly when I pulled my sedan apart and did all the tie rod ends, it felt like shit. But the first place I drove to was a wheel alignment after I drove it around the block the day I got it registered. And yeah, it was terrible, but as it turned out, when it went for the roadworthy, the caster control arms were actually loose, because whoever installed the caster control bushes hadn't actually tightened the arms up to butt into the bushes at all, so the whole thing was just going as you drove down the road. And that was really the theme for the sedan under there. There were a lot of things that were done before I got the car that weren't executed real well. And when I got my hands on the car, I had to unpick all of those surprises until it's the car you see before you, covered under a car cover right now. Just take my word for it, it's there. But anyway, let's get on the tools and get this video wrapped up. The adjustment, you're going to need a 1/2 inch socket, probably a deeper reach socket than this, so let's see if this works first, and a pair of poly grips to wind the adjuster around. Let me show you what I mean. So I need to undo both of those, and it appears that my shallow socket is ineffective, so I'll be right back with different tool. Alright, I'm back with a 13-inch socket because that's near enough to 1/2 inch. I plan to undo these. I can just, there we go, get and sufficiently loose that I can spin this adjuster. And since these are reversed thread and regular thread, turning that will give me more or less toe. Not quite sure, so that goes to go this way. Time for a vision check. It looks as though it's made no difference. Actually, it's pulled a lot of steering out of this side. Didn't expect that to happen. Alright. Alright, so that wheel's straight again. I'm going to need another pair of hands. That's looking pretty decent, to be honest. That's just touching on the right side. And it looks like it's just touching on the left side too. So let's just go with that, shall we? I'll tighten up that tie rod adjuster and we'll call it a wrap. Just as well it's done too, because this string line is on its last legs. It's fraying everywhere. That's what happens when you reuse your string line over and over and over again, because you're tight. I mean, frugal. Summary time for Missle Industries Ford Falcon 351 Crusty Wagon project. Episode 56, String Line edition. String line and car walk around and door slam and drive in and out of the garage edition. That's a wrap. This is summary time. Hopefully this made sense. Hopefully it was entertaining. And I'll see you next time. I like it a lot. Should I have used the wheels that are the same offset on all four corners? Probably should have, shouldn't I? Never mind, I'm just going to leave it as it is because it visibly looks better now. Maybe it's towing out a little bit. Maybe I just need to pay for an alignment once the car's on the road. But that'll do.